What do you do, hypothetically, if your favorite AI-powered IDE is purchased by someone who actively tried to undermine the democracy of your country? What are you going to do? Cursor is the only one that has a full proper IDE based on VS Code, a subscription that gives you twice as much tokens as you're paying for, and for that price be able to use models from all of the frontier labs that you care about. So you're always ready if OpenAI or Anthropic is the one that releases the best model that changes everything this week. First thing you do is have chat whip up a matrix comparing all the other options along the same lines. And just as you're thinking you're going to have an awesome video titled "I used Cursor to build a replacement for Cursor," you notice that VS Code plus GitHub Copilot might have a tier that works. So you know what time it is. It is start your timer time. Let's check out pricing first. For $10 you get in the door to access third-party agents like Claude Code and Codex, but it's only at Pro Plus for $40 that you get access to premium models like Opus. And through magic math, your $40 gets you $70 in usage. If this works, I assume we'll be going to the $100 that gives you $200 in credits, including priority access to new models. I'm going to get the $40 plan, and I am in with a Pro Plus plan. Hit the download in the top right for Visual Studio Code. Step 0, get Visual Studio Code for Mac. Install the happy Mac way. Close the installer, go back to GitHub Copilot Chat install. Yes, I have Visual Studio Code, allow to open. VS Code is from the internet, yes. How does it have 3 stars with 75 million downloads? Well, let's see what we got. We have, in the top right, the sidebar, which brings up the chat window. We have the ability to select from Opus 4.8 and ChatGPT 5.5, so that's important. For those Gemini enjoyers, it has that under Other. You're able to select the effort level and the context window, 200K versus 1 million, for example, on Opus 4.8. And while you're selecting the model, if you hover, it gives you details including pricing, which is using casino tokens, evidently, 500 credits, for example. I was concerned that there wasn't a planning versus agent mode on it, but it's this little infinity symbol will give you agent, ask, and plan. So that's the same. I'm really curious what the business logic is going to be, what difference we're going to have for the harness for the model, because as it's shaping up, it sounds like, hey, if you fork VS Code and bolt things onto it to make your product, then VS Code is just going to reverse engineer it and add the features themselves. I mean, so far this is shaping up to be a one-for-one swap. I opened up the Hive Wiki folder and I do trust the author of these files. First off, let me get this launched as a Flutter app. I think it even brought the config file over. Installed Dart. Yes, I trust the publisher. And while I'm at it, install Flutter. Try running that again. It's got the Pixel 8 emulator, and I will launch against that. Clean Flutter, Flutter pub get to get my dependencies, push go again. When in doubt, turn it off and turn it back on again. Quick check also, GitHub looks like it ported over just fine in the project. Hit play again. I got my first error, so let's see how the agent does. Paste the error output and ship it. The agent is saying that it is a harmless error that I did capture. And that's kind of cool. That's actually a feature enhancement. I don't remember seeing. It shows the credits that you used, 15.3 credits. Yeah, it turns out it is straight up arcade pricing. 1 credit is 1 cent. One thing while I was trying to look for usage, when I hit settings on the chat, it has the ability to find custom agents being at the level of the ask or plan agent. And if I look over in Cursor, I'm not actually seeing that setting. Maybe that's why I never used it. If I cared, I would go and look for it, but Cursor is dead to me. I asked it about the errors and it asked clarifying questions, just like Cursor would. It asked me if I wanted it to run it in Chrome and debug. And I said yes, just for the exercise. And it sure seemed to take a lot of thinking just to execute the command that was right there. No surprise though, it was able to launch the debug. I've futzed around more than this, so let's see where the timer's at. Just under an hour, and stop. There was a fair bit of me poking this with a stick. The setup is entirely painless. Grab VS Code, put on GitHub Copilot, get your subscription if you don't have it, and it works the same. If it was just an intellectual exercise on if this can replace Cursor, then I'd probably look up what some real differences are. But I am delightfully surprised that it's pretty much feature parity for anything that I looked for. The chat seemed slower, so I don't know if that's a difference in inference. But again, Cursor was bought out by a Sith Lord, so I gotta switch off of it just as a man of principle. I don't even have concepts to convey how little my $200 a month is going to impact the man with $1 trillion to his name. But now I'm really wondering what it is he bought for $60 billion. Was it the people that made this work? Because he still doesn't have a foundation model that's worth a spit. But that's a question for another day. Can you replace Cursor with something else and retain all the features and the look and feel? The answer is definitively yes. Just use VS Code plus GitHub Copilot, which is exactly what I'm going to do.